Welcome on in. Happy arm toggle to Wednesday. Welcome on in. We're working on this cute little heart hands toggle. This is the goal for today. This beautiful cute little pose. This music, I thought it was going to be a perfect volume. It's too loud for me. As always, the music is always too loud for me to think my own thoughts. So cute, yeah. This model has been a little bit on the back burner as I've been finishing up a lot of models. So I'm like, anytime that I go and I'm finishing models, it's always just a huge push. And this model, I finished the base one, but now I'm still like adding all of the extra stuff. This and like I'm on like the last arm toggles for this, and it still has 2 outfits, but I think the arm toggles are gonna be more difficult. Hi, Yuzu lurking. Be careful out there. There's a Yuzu lurking out in them their heels. Heels? I can't fucking talk today, okay? I just went on a lovely little walk. And I don't know how to talk like a human anymore. So that's just how I am. Let's make this invisible here. Something. Oh, I see. What's that going on in there? These shadows. What would I get if they go away sooner? This is Oh, I see. So this needs to be 50% here, and then this needs to be off here. That's the issue. Or am I crazy? What is that that's still there? Is that just like because the forearm is still there? What are you? Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Haha. Okay. I think I don't need to fuck with it too much. I think I should probably leave it be. Cause it's gonna go away and it'll be fine. So this and this, let's just we'll leave it at that. And then this. Same sort of blend shape thing here. Maybe not the best way to handle this, but it certainly works, especially when there's no, like, leaning in. probably a better way to do that. Oh, that's why there's... I see. I was like, what is that doing there? In the middle of these blend shapes. It's to, like, correct this from looking so weird and strange on the transition. I had to remember everything that I did before. Bring this up here. As long as it's, like, passable, like, the movement of it sells, I'm happy. With this, it's a bit complicated. Because the arm just moves so much. I can also just, like, add another thing in here at, like, 0.75. Maybe I should just... Honestly, yeah, adding that, like, interpolation, I think, fixes it a little bit. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so the main goal for this arm toggle, the focus is just going to be on getting this arm toggle looking good. I do have another arm toggle for... this one here. For the little holding the... this little plushie. I need to, like, hide the other hand. There you go. I need to make that look good in the body angles as well. So if we have time, we'll do that too. And we might. We might. It should be a lot easier to handle this one than, honestly, the heart hands will be the more difficult of the two. Part of me wants to show the other arm toggle work that I was doing yesterday. I'm gonna save. Just because I am a show-off, I will open up the other file. Oh, let me just go to recent. There we go. We were working on this arm toggle a bit on... Was that Sunday? Was that Sunday that we were working on this? I don't remember. I got it looking good. I just need to flip it. I worked really hard yesterday to get the other arm toggle looking good on this. Let's see. Do this. And hand on cheek. And where is... You can have your hair back. And put this back on. And then I can bring this over so you guys can see. And wow. Wow. I even put a little bit of I forgot I had movement on the talking. Oh my god, I'm so bouncy. Help! Help! I'm bouncing so much! Oh my gosh, shiny doggy! Shiny doggy! My goodness, shiny doggy, welcome on in! Oh my gosh, I'm bouncing so much when I talk.
Oh, hello there!
What the hell? I'm bouncing so much. What I don't know why I'm bouncing quite this much. Okay, wait, I figured it. Oh fuck, I'm spinning. Help! Okay, I figured it out. Welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I'm BZ. I'm the little pink thing in the corner. I'm a Jersey Devil VTuber who does live 2D rigging. Right now I'm showing off my work from yesterday, bouncing and spinning. Yes, we bounce and we spin. Spin. This model right here, I was working on this.
What type of dog is this?
Pink. A pink one. I'm showing off this arm toggle because this kind of arm toggle is so difficult to rig, and I just wanted to be like, look what I did. It's such like an ain't I a stinker. I like that you could probably have like one on. You don't have to have both like arms of this on, and then you kind of have like a hey, come here often. Cute! You're cute! You're cute. Everybody, I'm gonna give a shout out to Shiny Doggy. Shout out, Shiny Doggy. If you don't know Shiny Doggy and you aren't following Shiny Doggy, you should. Absolutely incredible animator, artist, doing some really cool stuff, and definitely worth a follow. Even if just for a very cute VTuber design. Go give a follow right now! Right now! So yes, I worked on this funny little arm toggle yesterday. And it took all day. It took all fucking day to get this looking passable and like connected to the head. Need to make a little crying emote. There's this one comic that I always forget the name of. I have it like saved. It's like one of the earliest photos in my phone. It's like a stegosaurus, and he's looking very like solemn and graceful. And he goes, "Thank you." And he's like very polite about it. He goes, "Thank you." And he's like bowing his head all nicely. And I'm like, I feel like that every time that somebody gives me a compliment on my VTuber or like compliments my hard work, I'm just like, thank you. And I'm like, I need that. I either need a redraw of that for my emotes, or I need like that as a 7TV emote, because it's I see that stegosaurus in my mind every time I'm complimented. Anyways, that's enough of this bald character here. Let's get back to what we're working on. Is this a club mix of the Shakugan no Shana OP? Very likely, yes. This is a playlist that I have for when I'm feeling especially ADHD. This is Exit Trance presents Speed Anime Trance Best One. And according to the time on here, this is Shakugan no Shana. You got it. You nailed it. It's exactly that expression, Shiny Doggy. It's exactly that. Bald? I really like the big nose bald emote. It's so good. I need to set like some time aside and make some emotes. So this is what we're working on today. This music makes your heart rate jump. I can see God now. Yes. There are like 3 basic modes around here. There's like nice calm disco. There's metal covers of pop songs, and there's ADHD enrichment hell. And this is ADHD enrichment hell, because otherwise I'm gonna fall asleep. When you first read that, I thought they were asking you to buy 7 TVs for the emotes. Well, yeah. You need 7 TVs to see these emotes. Can we get a couple busy sitting very comfortable around campfire with their friends? Now that I've mentioned 7 TV. I need everybody who's on mobile to be really confused. Thank you, Gore. Thank you. That's my favorite one. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody should have their own custom their VTuber name sitting around comfortable around a campfire with its friends. Thank you. Thank you. Dang, okay, I'll get 7 TV. It's so good. It's good for that one, and then also enrichment. I have so many 7 TV emotes just because I'll see them and I'm like, yeah, I like that one. That's funny. You have the Dank Chat app. Is that on like the phone? It like gives you all of your funny Twitch emotes? Because that sounds awesome. Do you guys want enrichment? We can do a little bit of enrichment. It's a mobile app. I'm gonna need to look into that. I'm gonna need to look into that. Dancing fruit. I need to make sure that I mute it. Love both models. Thank you. You're gonna love this. Let's see where. Oh yes, please head out, Shiny Doggy. I'm sorry, I should have let you know you are more than welcome to head out. Please go take care of yourself. Thank you for hanging. There you guys go. A little bit of enrichment. Where are they? Where are they? Oh no, hold on. There you go. Now this is the optimal way to watch your artist streamer. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see how long that like I can put up with this before I just like lose all semblance of focus. Hi Pat. Hi Pat, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Are you fantasy living? Are you fantasy living today? Okay, wait, no, before I do anything with the like depth on the hands, I should set it up so that they mostly stay stationary on the body X. Now I just need Subway Surfer and Kinetic Sand clips. So true. I can't stand like the noises of like Kinetic Sand videos and like how it's always so loud. My own kind of sensory hell. Okay, so we got this here. I need to... I think 1 is good, and then if I can, like, move it over... Can I flip that and have it be fine, though? Where's the other arm? And what if I, like, bring the scale down a little bit? Is that insane of me? That's not insane. It's not insane. The glorp and the gore enjoying the enrichment is very cute. I don't know what's, like, up with me today. I think it's the dehydration. But I'm like, damn, this water is hitting. It's hitting really good. The Z angles are not a problem. The shoulder rotate will be a problem, but I'll fix that. I'll put the shoulder rotate on a blend shape. I'm expert in all my lives except farmer? Holy shit. That's good. I hope that's gonna be me soon. See, I'm imagining that you're expert in all of your lives, but also that, like, Rem is in, like, turbo hell. I don't know where the fuck, the story-wise in fantasy life, Princess Rem is in turbo hell. I don't know how long she stays there. But right now she's in turbo hell, and I'm like, I'm not coming for you. You're gonna have to figure that one out yourself. I'm gonna become the world's best chef. It sounds like a you problem. Haven't even gone to see her at the castle, so I'm RPing that my character thinks everything is okay right now. Okay, so you I think you're at the same point of the story as me. Rayzilla! Rayzilla, I have to show you something. I don't know if you were here another day and I just forgot about this, but I saw a post on Tumblr and I was like, oh my god, Rayzilla needs to see this. I need to find it. Did I reblog it? I might have reblogged it. Where the fuck do I view my likes? Oh! I follow this, really great, a lot of really great blogs that post, like, just a bunch of sci-fi art. And I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, but I saw it and I was like, this is fucking cool as hell and I need to show Rayzilla. And I was like, I could just, like, put it in the Discord and tag, but I thought it'd be more fun if I showed the rest of the class too. So I'm going and finding it. I'm not sure. This might take a second. Nobody judge me. It also might have been a different sci-fi art blog than the one that I'm looking through right now. Damn. Okay, it might be a different one. I follow too many of them. What's my Tumblr? It's just Jersey Beezy. Okay. Here, you guys can look at this Tumblr post while I'm looking. Oh, it's blackout poetry, so the fruit are gonna go through it. That's awesome. Sopranos blackout poetry. Tony, he's Italian. He's Tony-sized. Yes, there it is. Okay, it was a different sci-fi art blog. Look, you might have already seen this, so this might be old news to you, but this I think is so cool. Look at this fucking awesome art. Wait, I need to turn off the I don't want the fruit coming through this. Hold on. Fruit gone. I don't want them to interrupt. I don't want them to look of how fucking beautiful. My god. Noriyoshi Orai's Godzilla art. This is fucking sick as hell. I was like, I'm not surprised that you've seen this before, but just seeing like all of this in one big post, I was like, god damn. No wonder you love Godzilla. This shit fucking rules. This is beautiful. I want this in a frame. So cool. Followed 70s sci-fi art like a decade ago. They still post. They still post. I bought their book. This one's kind of funny. Ah! This is fucking sick. This is so cool. It's just fucking awesome. And I was like, I need to share this with the class. Then I was like, next time that I see Rayzilla in chat, I'm gonna have to show this to everybody. That's their book? Pat was just telling me about it. Yeah, it's their book. Yeah. It's a cool-ass book. I learned about it because I followed them on Tumblr, and they were like, yeah, I have a book. And I went, I'm buying that book. And then I took my little pink butt to the Barnes & Noble and said, one copy of, hold on, what's it called? Worlds Beyond Time. Worlds Beyond Time. Hold on, I'm Googling it. Worlds Beyond Time sci-fi art of the 1970s. This book fucks. A lot of really cool art in it. This book fucks. And I've learned about it through Tumblr. It's all about sort of like the golden age of sci-fi art. Not necessarily like sci-fi books, but like just sci-fi art. I want to read some sci-fi books. I want to read a book. I'm in this weird headspace where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with myself in terms of like media. I want to watch Scooby-Doo. I want to watch The Sopranos. I want to learn a language. I'm so aimless without any Star Trek to watch. That book, my friend Bob Eggleton has some art in that book. That's so cool! Your friend? That's awesome. That's so cool. I forget who it was. Somebody in this chat was like, oh yeah, like I know, like, they're like, my professor is like related to Alan Cumming in some way or something like that. They knew about Stargate is right there. Nope. No, not that one. Not that one. No. What the hell just happened there? Not gonna lie, when you see my kaiju paintings, I have to credit both Noriyashi Orai and Bob Eggleton for me getting into painting. That's so cool. Doctor Who, but just Christopher Eccleston's Doctor. Is that the one who made fun of the Queen in her stupid hat? The one with the, like, the shaved head? That's the Doctor I think that I would like. Yes? Okay, cool. That's so funny that, like, I know him as the one who made fun of the queen in her stupid hat. Queen in her idiot hat, yeah. Um, and David Tennant, I'm like, ah, yes, Scrooge McDuck. That's where I know him from. Christopher Eccleston's Doctor is a lot of fun. I Doctor Who's on the list. It's on the list somewhere. I'll get to Doctor Who eventually, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But the way that my brain works, unfortunately, means that I can't start at 9. I can't drop in the middle. I can't be like, "Oh, people are like, "Oh, why don't you just start watching the new Doctor Who? Why don't you just start watching the new series? You don't need to have watched all the other ones to understand the new one." No. If I'm gonna get into a franchise, I gotta go whole hog. We're starting with the black and white. First Doctor, I want to see that bitch with the long ass scarf. You're gonna watch classic Who? If I'm gonna get into Doctor Who, I need to. And you severely underestimate how badly I want to watch a piece of media where, like, the aliens they just look like dog shit. They look like paper mache fish masks. I've already gone through old ass Star Trek. I can put up with anything. But I'm just like, the body of work, the sheer scale of Doctor Who is comparable to Star Trek. I can't I can't do that right now. At least with something like Scooby-Doo or The Sopranos, it's like there's a lot of Scooby-Doo, but it's entirely animated minus the live action movies. So it's not like Star Trek where you have like 7 seasons and every season has 26 episodes. It's like I could watch that feasibly in less than 1 year. Not to mention the audio dramas. Now you're scaring me. Not the audio dramas. Don't tell me there's audio dramas that I need to listen to. When I say that I got through all of Star Trek, I did not include the books. Are the audio dramas considered like an integral part of the canon? I'm scared. Books and comics too. Yes, they're canon. Oh my god. Oh my god. No! See, okay though, I want to get into Scooby Doo, and then I want to read the comics where it's the apocalypse. I need to watch Columbo. Sorry, guys, you can't compete with Columbo. You can't fucking compete with Columbo. Nobody can. Uh, just one more thing. Just one more thing. And why would I want to compete with Columbo? So true. I fucking love Columbo. I love that guy. And then when I finish Columbo, I gotta start Case Closed. You know, just like one of the longest running anime of all time, even more than One Piece. Why is this happening? Reflect that. As a teen, my dad bought me a Doctor Who book. I didn't know what Doctor Who was. I was so confused for several chapters that I assumed I knew what it was. So confused for several chapters that assumed I knew what it was until I gave up. Yeah. There's a lot going on in there, and it seems there's a lot to keep up on. Whenever I think about Columbo, I think about the detective from Licorice Recoil that was essentially just Columbo. They also have a character in Case Closed that is like Columbo's nephew or something like that, and I find that both equal parts adorable and hilarious. I think you would like Poirot the guy if you were ever inclined to read old detective fiction. I am occasionally inclined to read old detective fiction. I did for one moment. I was like, you know what? I might as well start with like a Sherlock Holmes book and see how I feel about it. And I got about one chapter in before I was like, this guy's fucking annoying. This guy's fucking annoying and he sucks. I don't want anything to do with him. But I do think I would love Poirot. And I probably would also love Murder, She Wrote. I think that people are getting way too into true crime because they don't have, like, aside from Only Murders in the Building, they don't have, like, a lot of very good, like, murder mystery kind of content out there in the world. Just the occasional Poirot movie that they release. The thing is with both of these, the hell did I just... Oh, oops, I fucked up the thing. So these are the ones I need to move ever so slightly. But yeah, I love detective shit. I love murder mysteries and... Now, why does this look so different on one side versus the other? I feel crazy. There's not a lot of murder shows on network TV right now, I'm afraid. It's all cops and fire and hospital shows. Yeah! I love a detective way more than any of those things. Like, people like that kind of drama, but they don't There's no Columbo. Where are my affable detectives? I love an affable detective. Thing is, like, I want this to be, like, out further here, because I think it would be cute. Even if it is a much more of a pain in the ass to, like, line the shoulders up and everything. You know? My dad really liked Monk. See, I know, I love, is it Tony Shalhoub? Is that his name? I know him from Polly, which was my favorite movie as a child. I love Polly, and everybody went, "Oh, the movie with Monk from Monk," and I went, "Yeah." Now I see him places, and I'm like, "That's Monk from Monk." He was in an episode of The X-Files. I know him from Men in Black. Yes, he's in that one scene in Men in Black, and I remember I was watching that with Lux, and I was like, "That's fucking Monk from Monk." And Polly, and Lux was like, "It's not. It's a guy that looks a lot like him, but that's not him." And I was like, "That is him." And then it was him. He was wearing like prosthetics because he was an alien in disguise. And I was like, "I fucking told you." Okay, I'm gonna try flipping this again. I love Men in Black though. That's some of my favorite sci-fi. Sugar water. It's so weird that, like, of the stuff from Men in Black, the thing that I reference the most often is sugar water. Like, it's just a fucking scary cockroach man. And whenever I just want to, like, reference that in comparison to something else I've seen, I'm like, oh yes, the sugar water. He doesn't even say it like that. It's just like, if you say sugar water in a very weird way, people are like, ah, Men in Black. He's so scary. He's so scary in that movie. That movie was, I mean, I think kids can definitely enjoy it, but that would fuck me up. That would fuck me up if I was a kid watching that. Men in Black is such a good movie. It doesn't really feel like there's much like it in terms of tone. Honestly, I would kind of agree with that. It's kind of in a little bit of a league of its own. That and the cartoon. I never watched the cartoon. Cartoon had some sick animation. I believe it. Heart. I can't even like imagine what it looks like because my brain is just replacing it with the Beetlejuice animated cartoon. Men in Black animated series. What did that look like? Okay, okay. Oh my, I love this. Wow, I really like, wow. I don't know if this is like straight from the series. I really love the shape language of this. That's awesome. Really wanted the toys as a kid. I was too focused on Beast Wars, Transformers, and Godzilla toys. I just was focused on Bratz. I just had a huge collection of Bratz dolls. Animation team also did Extreme Ghostbusters, Godzilla the series, Big Guy, and Rusty. Whoa. I think it was just like a little bit too old for me. And by that I mean like I was definitely around when it was out, but it was a little bit too like Men in Black was too scary for my age when it came out. So it just grazed me. And there were definitely like people who had like older siblings that like showed them Men in Black, but I was the oldest sibling, so I had no access to like the stuff that was a little bit older than me. I have a lot of access to the stuff that's like that's younger than me, because my sisters are a lot younger than me. So I actually like interfaced with My Little Pony on like a normal level. The cartoon has an Mpreg episode. Does Will Smith get pregnant? Will Smith Mpreg? Yes! Of course he does. Of course he does. I wonder if when did the Men in Black cartoon come out? Hold on. So this was 1997 through June 30th, 2001. This definitively predates the Mpreg episode of Star Trek Enterprise, which was like episode 4 of Star Trek Enterprise, season 1, episode 4, I think, which aired in September of 2001. Yes. I know what I mean when I say that. Listen, you can call it 98 Godzilla movie dog shit all day. I will fight you and defend Godzilla the series. I want to look at what that looks like. Godzilla the series. That guy looks cool as hell. Holy shit. Holy shit. Hello? 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 I sound like somebody who's been locked out of the house. We need to move on. we need to, why is that jaw? It's like, damn, my god. Would be the first time a Roland Emmerich movie got a better TV series spin-off than the original movie. I said this when I was streaming with Bug. I think sometimes stuff gets made and nobody's looking. And I feel like a lot of like TV show versions of movie stuff, either people are really paying attention or nobody's paying attention, and they're just, you know, whatever they make they know is going to make money, so they're not paying attention to it at all. Sometimes they make absolute fire. It's just, I don't know, it just happens. It truly is just like a crapshoot where it's like sometimes like a TV spin-off of something is gonna be absolute dookie because like no money or resources went into it. And sometimes it's absolute fire because I don't know, just a bunch of cool artists were on it and they wanted to, make cool stuff with their time. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. Sometimes they know what to do with the premise better than the original creator. Yeah. Guy who designed the 98 Godzilla gave Godzilla the big chin because of Shere Khan in the Jungle Book. Having a big chin made him look respectable. That's so true! I see it. I can see it. Shere Khan is also sexy. in like a furry way. In a furry way. I can't think of Shere Khan without thinking about like the milk caw head waggle. That's like a very specific thing that I'm talking about, and if you're not animation pilled like me, you're not gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. So, Milk Call, the animator, I believe one of the 9 old men, loved to sort of show off his ability to animate and, like, draw really good 3D forms by just having the head rotate. It was just his way of showing off. So you can see in, like, so many characters that he animates, they'll all do this, like, exaggerated little, like, head swaggle. I just wanna... He just would do this all the time. It's especially prominent in this character. Because he's, like, such a bitch. Like, if you're not an animator who's drawn every frame of something like this, you do not understand the scale of how difficult that kind of subtle animation is. It requires, like, an exceptional understanding of character design and 3D form. That's crazy. And he did it so much to the point where it's like, okay, man, like, calm down a little bit. I love being able to pick up on the little, like, idiosyncrasies of particular animators and their, like, favored style of acting. But also, like, I do that with rigging, too. Whenever somebody debuts a new rig, I'm like, well, that's silly, huh? I believe that's this artist from Iron Vertex. It's just all of it. And I love in animated stuff now whenever they get to hire James Baxter. My God, James Baxter knows how to fucking draw. James Baxter! I love being an animator. I love animation. There's something very interesting to me about animation specifically as an art form and being able to pick out like good animation from a crowd. I think it's such a superpower within VTubing, but also it's so weird. It's like having X-ray vision on every single piece of media that you've ever seen. It's so weird. Like, I can't... It makes it really difficult to watch, certain, like, movies with, like, bad CG, you know? You're like, oh, the animation on this is just, like, really sloppy and stiff. But sometimes you can find the charm in that. But the worst is that it kind of makes me a little bit pedantic when it comes to VTubers who do, like, little choreographed dance numbers, little choreographed dance routines with, like, mocap. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool that you have, like, a mocap setup and you've, like, learned this impressive choreography. Unfortunately, I'm going to continue to be distracted by the fact that your feet are clipping through the floor. Like, I'm like, oh, like, I just want to take it and I want to clean it up and I want to punch it up and make the animation, like, really good. Really good, post on good versus bad animation that you don't have to animate on ones to be good. Good animation can be done on 2s and 3s. Absolutely. Sometimes 4s. I mean, like, you think about, like, stop motion animation, you think about anime. It's all about making deliberate choices. I think that Spider-Verse in particular did a very good job of waking everybody the fuck up to, like, stylizing their actual animation. Animation for animation's sake, not just sort of, like, putting, like, painterly textures on your 3D models. An example of over-animating was the Zelda CDI animation. Yes, but here's the thing about the Zelda CDI animation is it's, like, widely regarded as, like, quote-unquote, like, bad animation, but at the end of the day, as art, it is such a standout piece of media that it's kind of good in a way, but not in the classical sense, but it did its job as art so much better by being exactly what the weird thing that it is. I don't know how, I'm not making any fucking sense right now, but sometimes stuff is so bad that it's good and it's memorable and it sticks with you in a way that makes it more poignant as art than something that is just good for goodness sake, you know? Video game animation timings are also different since they tend to target 60 FPS. I hate gamers. It's great because it's consistent. And it's also great because I'm like, as weird of a choice as it was to make the Zelda CDI stuff like that, it feels like it was someone's deliberate choice. And now you have people making video games that copy that style specifically because there's a weird nostalgia associated with it. But video game animation is very, very interesting to me. I legitimately looking at the animations in Mario Kart World makes me weepy. I'm like, I just love the animation that they're doing in Mario Kart World so fucking much that I am like slight tears in my eyes at seeing Luigi's cute little dance on the starting soon screen. Like, I'm gonna unless I'm mistaken, the 2D animating on ones you're doing 60 sprites per second. That's exactly true, yes. Regular animation is much closer to being animated on 2s. Most animation, if it's hand-drawn, will be on 2s. Which means that you are doing 12 frames per second. So typical animation is 24 frames per second. Right? So 24 frames per second. If you're on ones, that means one drawing for every frame of that. What song is this? This is Uninstall from Bokurano, but it is like a club version of it. Um, but yeah, most animation is 24 frames per second, animated on ones. If you're animating on twos, and you can switch that up, so like you can draw some extra little frames in there if you want to. But if you're using two as a base, that means that you're doing 12 drawings per every second of animation. A second is very fast. So to do like a minute of animation, right? That's 60 seconds. 60 times 12. So minimum-ish, that's 720 drawings. Of course, there's a million different ways to find shortcuts and reuse, animation. And animation is a very complicated art form, but it's still a lot of fucking drawings. And then if you're animating it on ones, 24 frames per second, that's, double that. So if you're doing 60 frames per second and you're animating it on ones, $3,600? Pretty sure Metal Slug is on ones at 30. It looks insane. What is the frame rate? Frame rate of Cuphead. The animation is 24 frames per second, but the game runs at 60 frames per second to be responsive. The thing that's tricky about frame rates is that the human eye is not very good at perceiving past 60 frames per second. And even then, like, it's like negligible returns once you get past like 30. The only reason that they do that for gaming is because it is like a responsiveness thing. But anytime that they're like, we want animators to literally double their workload, it's like, oh my god. If you don't have like 3D, if you don't have 3D models, because with 3D models, you can interpolate your frames, right? So it's much easier to double that sort of thing. You just sort of generate more frames, based on your curves. Animation is so fucking complicated. I love it though. You have to choose that suffering for yourself. That's animation, baby. That's animation. So that's why, like, if you wanted to, say, as a VTuber, emulate, say, stop motion, or like that kind of like framey anime style. So like old anime, well, modern anime typically, especially older anime, is not animated on ones or twos. It is animated on threes and fours, and have like, mouth plates. So you will have like largely static characters, and then they'll just like animate the mouth. If you're trying to emulate that kind of style for a character, for like a VTuber, you would want to find a way to limit your frame rate to be, instead of even 24 frames per second, you would want it to be, what is that, 24 divided by 3 is 8? It'd be 8 frames per second. And it'll look chunky, but that's like that's the intent, that's the purpose. So I wanted to look into that. I tried to look into that, but I couldn't like get Google to give me the results that I wanted. I was like, is there a way to limit a particular frame rate of an element on a stream? Like, if I wanted to limit the frame rate of my model down to 24 frames through OBS, could I do that? I think I can actually do that within VTube Studio. Hold on. I know that I can, like, limit it to just 60. I don't know if I can, like, set it to a specific number. Oh, so the application frames per second, 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and then VSync. So if so right now I'm on 30. I'm gonna dance for you. I'll dance for you. Oh, it's on 60 frames per second. That's 30 frames per second. I don't think that you can notice any difference. Because the difference between 60 and 30 to the naked eye is negligible. That or it didn't go through. I have no way of knowing. But I would like to see if there's a way to, like, intentionally... Is your stream going out to Twitch at 30 or 60? That's a good question. It might be 30. It might be 30. It's probably 30. Because I'm just a little guy streamer and I'm not out here trying to stream at, like, 4K. I couldn't tell a difference, at least. Well, neither could I, and I'm seeing it on the raw end, so... But yeah, I want to see if there's a way to limit your frame rate on the OBS side. I've definitely seen people do, like, a stop-motion VTuber and limit their frame rate to achieve that look, but I don't know... I don't know if they were using, like, Unity tricks, because they were 3D VTubers, so... I just think that it'd be cool to learn. I kind of want to for the BZ 3.0 environment. I kind of want to make it look like a stop motion set. And I think it would be fun if I animated it on, like, a lower frame rate to achieve that kind of look. But I can always export it at that lower frame rate is the thing. So it's like, I don't have to worry about it that hard.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
Oh my god! Dallas says, thank you so much for subscribing for 2 months. Enjoy your Sprite cranberry. Thank you, thank you. I love animation. It's so cool. Animators are so cool. Animation is cool. It is, I don't know, it's like literal magic shit. Do I know it's even cooler? Oh no, I'm scared. Falls asleep while sitting at the That's so me! That's so me! You're so right about that. Anyways, I should probably work a little bit. A little. A little. You've like 10 job applications to do? Oh, Godspeed. I know it's not easy out there. I'm honestly just so glad that I pivoted to being self-employed so I don't have to deal with the goddamn job market right now. As much as this is not a very easy thing to do, and it generates its own special kinds of stress, I don't have to fill out fucking job applications, and that's awesome. It's piss. I'm so sorry. Just sort of like the fakeness of it all, and like living in the era of AI and like ghost jobs and all of that. And when I talk about ghost jobs, I don't mean what they did to Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. The girlies who know. 15 years experience, 18 ship projects, including several AAA. Can't get a job anywhere? Oh no, game development? I mean, those words sound like game development to me, but unless AAA is also a term that people use in the, like, yogurt industry. I'm just laughing at the idea of the yogurt industry calling their products AAA. That's so funny. It would have made so much more sense if I said like the automotive industry, like car insurance. You know? That would have made sense, but because I watched a video about the dairy industry today, think I just have yogurt on the mind. Oh, but we are brothers in arms. We are brothers in arms, Dallas A. The animation industry is in the same kind of hell as the games industry right now. Maybe not the same exact kind of hell, but cousins. Ever heard of the Beef and Dairy Network podcast? I have heard of it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, though. I think I've just, like, listened to enough My Brother and Me to have heard the name Beef and Dairy Network. I did work in animation, though. Hell yeah! Buy this insurance plan, get a free tub of yogurt. Now I'm thinking of this scene in Always Sunny where Dennis is eating cereal in his car like an insane person. You were a rigger and an art director? Oh! I'm guessing for 3D. Even though there are some people who do that for 2D. For Toon Boom? Oh, hell yeah! I'm glad I asked then, because that, helps me understand what the hell you're talking about even more. Oh my god, Toon Boom right now, though. I miss being able to use Storyboard Pro every single day. It was, like, my favorite program to draw in ever. And like, one of these days I'll find $2,000 on the street and I'll buy a perpetual license for Storyboard Pro. And guess what? Guess what they've removed this month? That's right. They're no longer selling perpetual licenses for Toon Boom. Actually, I don't know if that applies to Storyboard Pro as well, but they're taking away perpetual licenses for Toon Boom. You have to, like, contact their email to, like, get it. I think it's, like, the last month that you can get it, and you have to contact them through an email. So it's, like, either you, like, buy, your copy outright for $2,000, or, you buy your copy outright for $2,000, or you spend $1,000 a year to use it? What? Girl, be so fucking for real right now. I can't. Maybe I'm just an insane person. I think all software like that should be free. In, like, a library way, and, like, just for, like, the good of humanity. The reason that paintbrushes should cost money is because it costs money to make paintbrushes. I understand when things cost money to, like, upkeep, like, a software, I guess, a little bit. It does not cost $1,000 a year for every single person to use Toon Boom. Be so for real. And Adobe, I'm looking at you too. I don't know, maybe it's the part of my brain that also doesn't really understand how traffic works. Like, everybody should just go faster. That's how I feel about art programs not being free. And quite frankly, I don't even want to learn the real reason why. I think they should be free, and whatever reason that they can't be free, you should figure it out. Figure it out that should be free. Programmers making the software probably don't even get respectable pay for how much stupid money they make their company. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, man, what are the like good like open source animation programs out there? And I'm like, girl, it's called a pencil and paper. It's called a light box. I know this one. I know this one. It's called put your paper up to a window. But like Blender's free. Blender's free. And Blender is better than Maya in a lot of respects. So what's Maya's problem? Why does Maya cost that much money when Blender is free? Make it make sense. Blender being free and good is a miracle. It's beautiful. So my old school animation desk at my parents' house. I fucking love those things. I love those old school animation desks. Those are like things of beauty. I love seeing like an old school animation desk with like the little mirror set up with it so people could like look at their reflection when they're animating Bugs Bunny or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's the good stuff. Total amateur. I made 3D Godzilla bust in Blender and 3D printed it. Don't tell me it's impossible. 3D is actually like a lot easier than I think the average person understands, but I've seen actually a surprising amount of people just like dabbling in Blender for fun. And I'm like, hell yeah! Like I saw the VTuber Snuffy, like Snuffy just like built a little thing in Blender. And people are like, oh, this program is like, it's not that scary. I think you have to have like a certain kind of brain to be able to work in that kind of software. But if you have like any sort of like amount of tech literacy, it's pretty easy to pick up. I think that if you're capable of using like OBS in an efficient way, if you already like done all of the work in making yourself like a streamer, you are fully capable of making some guys in Blender for sure. Even if it's just little guys. Hope we can pave the way for more open source stuff. I love open source. I love open source. Can somebody smart in here actually, like, I'm aware with like the concept of open source. What does that mean? Like, what does that really mean at the end of the day in terms of like the dictionary definition? Because to me, open source means just like, you can have it. Here you go. You can have it. And that doesn't, that's not a very good definition of something. And there's gotta be enough people who understand code that can tell my artist brain what the hell it actually means. But I use so much like open source stuff for like OBS and stream specifically that I'm like, I know well enough to be like, yeah. Just means the programming code isn't locked. You can go in and modify it. I guess I just don't know anything about programming or coding. Computers can't actually understand human-written code. Source code is the thing human writes that gets transformed into math instructions for a processor. Think about it like if you have the blueprints of a building, you can recreate the building and modify the blueprints yourself. Open source means code is available to whoever, meaning if someone wants to improve it, you can also contribute to it on GitHub or wherever also. Woo! Camellian. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hello! If you don't know me, I am Beezy. I'm a Jersey Devil VTuber who does live 2D rigging. We're doing a lot of yapping today, and we're working on arm toggles. I hope you had a wonderful stream, Camellian. If you have to head out and do some post-stream care, you are more than welcome to do so. Please take care of yourself and any loved ones. Maybe if you have to go take a dog for a walk, whatever you gotta do. You are welcome to do it. We will take good care of your raiders. What were we talking about? We were talking about open source, because I was like, what does open source really mean? So wait, hold on. Computers can't actually understand human-written code. Source code is the thing the human writes that gets transformed into math instructions for a processor. Okay. I can't seem to scroll up on chat right now. When you have closed source software, all you have is the program made of machine instructions. You can reverse engineer it if you're crazy, and I am. But it's like making your own blueprints of a building with a pencil and measuring tape. Oh, okay. Streamed a little longer than usual, so I'm gonna lurk and grab food. Happy rigging! Have a good one. Thank you for the raid. I need to learn how to code. I need to learn how to code. I think it would make me so smart and powerful. But maybe too smart and powerful. I might scare everybody. I feel like if I learned more coding, the physics menu of this would not piss me off nearly as much as it does right now. I can code a bit. I used to know Python and JavaScript more so. I knew Python a little bit for one short moment of my life, so I could run a code on Maya to remove the pop-up box that you get that says this is a student version of Maya. Because apparently the only thing that made the student version of Maya was that you would get a pop-up every time you open the program, but you could run a line of code and it would stop doing that. Best comparison is that source code is like a PSD and a program is like a JPEG. Ah! Okay, that helps. That helps. I'm nodding. Uh-huh. So which one of you is the WebP? And which one of you is the PDF? I was like, what are like the two worst formats that I can think of off the top of my head? I think the PDF situation is out of fucking control. As somebody who hasn't like interfaced with the business world very much in a long time, and usually when you have like a capital J job, you have like access to Adobe Acrobat, right? It's fucking insane that we're just using Acrobat out here. Get over it. I guess you can just like edit shit in your like browser now. Maybe it was just me who was like doing complex shit in Acrobat all the time because people had to like sign documents and then we had to send those documents and I was like highlighting note documents and shit like that. Like I used it all the fucking time. And now just like once a year, every time I have to like do my taxes and I have to sign something, I'm like, oh, this is hell. Imagine having a beef with file format. I don't have to imagine it that hard. I think a lot of people have issues with WebP, actually. I have a view. Everybody list your least favorite file format in the chat right now. File format tier list. I want to see if that somebody made that. Tier list. Tier maker. File format. It's just, yeah, there's file format tier list. Oh my god. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know what's a file type that I can't fucking stand? I hate a QuickTime. I hate a QuickTime. My DaVinci Resolve always defaults to exporting as a QuickTime, and I'm like, no, bitch, get your ass to H.264 right now. I hate PSD a lot now. Not with the format per se, but a transparent PNG that's actually just a JPEG. I mean, that's just like a special kind of hell. WebP is unnecessary. Yeah. People who've been online enough actually do have like really like important opinions on file formats. I don't care for PSD, but I have to convert everything that I do into PSD, so I can't like speak ill of her. Lest I summon the demons. So I think also with like every passing day I hate JPEG a little bit less. I do hate JPEG. Don't get me wrong. The particular like color that I am is like directly despised by the kind of like crunching that happens on a JPEG. So like if I want to have any hope that my shit's not gonna come out crunchy, oh fuck. PNG's ugly sister, yes. But like WebP is like the even uglier version. But if I want like any hope of my image showing up okay on like a social media website, I have to save my art of myself as a lower quality JPEG to offset how shitty the compression will be on the website itself. Not JPEG. Get down. You know what I feel bad for? I feel bad for, and not for Adobe, because fuck Adobe, but like every Adobe Illustrator file that is now .ai, I'm so sorry. I think, yeah, Pat said something recently to me where it's like, oh, the AI files, and I was like, the AI files? And Pat was like, the Adobe Illustrator files, and I went, oh! Who do you ship PNG with? MP3? MP4? MP4. MP4. No! I ship JPEG with MP4. Oh, Pat also said PNG MP4. I didn't even look at that. That's so funny. Tried making something to fix transparency in PSDs exported from Clip Studio. That meant I had to learn how to interact with it. Format is A proprietary mess built on years and years of messes with a surface level specification that's hard to find good existing libraries for. Annoying. Annoying. I'm so excited for the next version of Live 2D to be out to fix the weird edges that you get from PSDs in this program. I use the AI abbreviation so much with work I don't really think about it. Adobe Illustrator! I ship PNG with Wave. Honestly, that feels right to me. Also, more like MP3-ness. Got him. And by it, I mean my MP3. MP3 and JPEG are toxic besties. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't Live 2D originally made for visual novels and games? This is an animation software. It could be that, like, it was used for, like, visual novels and games, of which visual novels are games, but, it is, like, predominantly animation software. It became, accidentally, the VTuber software, much in the same way that Photoshop became, like, an art program, when it was pretty much always a Photoshop program, a program where you could fuck up photos. Specifically PSDs or Clip Studio that have the outlines issue? Maybe it's just, like, more people who are, you know, doing VTuber rigging. I notice it's an issue that, like, everybody fucking has. Imagine the Creative Cloud Suite file formats are a weird insular family like the Cullens from Twilight. Yeah. They always sit at their own lunch table. I agree with that. It's so weird when I think of, like, it's like, okay, name, you know, an Adobe Suite program. I'm like, okay, a Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere, After Effects, Illustrator, and I'm like, Dreamweaver. I always think of fucking Dreamweaver, and who in their right mind is using goddamn Dreamweaver? Pat too! Who the fuck is using Dreamweaver? I could never forget her, though, is the thing. It's just very funny to me. I'm like, no one is designing their goddamn websites in Dreamweaver anymore. How we be today? Pretty good. A little distracted, but in a good way. I'm honestly just streaming for fun. I'm working to get the work done. We're chipping away at it, but honestly, I know myself and I know my brain, and I'm like, I just kind of want to get the mesh done on this. I'll be happy if I get any progress done. It's one of those days. This week is dedicated to this model, the model with the cheek pose that I showed earlier, and then I'm sketching up another model. I'm gonna be doing some model art soon on stream, and I have to sketch up ideas for that model. I'm very excited about it. It's a very toony character. So it's gonna be a fun experience. Exhausted mentally yourself in a similar place, got deadlines on models. Oh! I'm thankful that I'm not worrying about deadlines specifically right now, but at the same time, like, a deadline is so good because then you can just be done with something, and isn't that so nice when you're just fucking done with something? A deadline is good for somebody like me because I will just keep adding bells and whistles until the fucking cows come home. And if somebody gives me a deadline, I have to actually stop and not add so many bells and whistles. Exhausted mentally, yourself in a similar place. Yeah, I've totally already read that, and then I read it again. Smiles, you can tell I'm a little tired too. Is it? Isn't like Substance Painter like an Adobe program now? Am I crazy for thinking that? I know that people have problems with Substance Painter. I fucking hope not. I'm gonna Google this. Who owns Substance Painter? Substance Painter is owned by Adobe. I'm so sorry, Gore. I'm so fucking sorry. It's not theirs, but they own it? I wanna use a program like Storyboard Pro for doodling again. That's why I use the Steam version, no subscription. Isn't the Steam version, like, mad expensive? Substance Painter, between all the versions, is my most played game on Steam. Hold on, I have to check something really quick. Never ask a VTuber how many hours they have logged on Steam for VTube Studio. Anybody want to take a swing at my hours? Anybody want to take a swing at how many hours I've put into VTube Studio? This we'll go Price is Right rules. You guys, I like how big these numbers are that you guys are guessing. 1,937.9 hours. I want to. Where can I see? Where can I see like my most played games? Like where do I? Can I sort by most played? I don't know where to find it, but it's definitely VTube Studio. Profile games, sort by playtime. It doesn't say that anywhere from me. Well, sort by hours played. There we go. Okay, so it's VTube Studio with 1,939 hours. And then after that is an idle clicker that I absolutely adore. It's called Realm Grinder. If you're looking for an idle clicker game, Realm Grinder, it does not get any better than that. It's so fucking good. And then Binding of Isaac, Rebirth, 311 hours. And then I think all of it gets skewed by The shared library, maybe? Oh no, there's 2 copies in here. So Baldur's Gate is right after that with 155 hours, and then Stardew with 100. And I have also played Power Wash Simulator for 66.6 hours. Incredible. I've played Blueprints for 48.7 hours. Uh-oh. Dave the Diver is also on here for 71 hours. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Let me set this to a little bit bigger. Okay, that works. 5,092 hours in Destiny 2? I didn't know they had that much content in Destiny 2. Destiny players are insane. I have witnessed this. I have witnessed this a little bit. I don't think they do. Every time that I've like had a friend be like, I'm gonna go play Destiny, I'm like, density. It is in my mind. It is density, not destiny. Just because it's fun to say it in a silly way. Dante. You're playing right now. Density. I mean, honestly, good for you. It's good to be addicted to one game and then not spend money buying new games. I do see Callum on Destiny in Discord a lot. Oh, don't fucking out Callum like that. Early adopter of Destiny 1 was let down for being an early adopter and was experienced 0% of the DLC expansion, so basically played the early access. If you want to think about it like that. Oh, I've spent a lot on the DLCs. Well, huh? Interesting. I'm nodding, I'm learning. I'm not learning anything. I've clearly been, like, gaming recently, though, because the fact that, like, the games that are on this Steam, aside from the fact that, like, Isaac obviously has a fuck ton of time on here. I didn't even say the original Binding of Isaac has 80 hours on here. But the fact that, like, Baldur's Gate is on there, and that was, like, a fairly recent game. Stardew is a time sink, I get that one. But, like, the other most recently played games being Dave the Diver, Power Wash, and Blueprints, I'm like, I played those games so recently. The other games that are on here, I'm like, oh my god. I've got Dicey Dungeons, Murder by Numbers, Noja, Rusty's Retirement, Fantasy Life. Fantasy Life is creeping up there. Pentiment, Cult of the Lamb, Web Fishing, Hive Swap Friend Sim, Tales from the Borderlands, Among Us, Fez, and then Borderlands 2. And then all the other games basically are really short games that I've played on stream. Gollum is on here. I hate that Gollum is on here. And all of it completely dwarfed by almost 2,000 hours in VTube Studio. They really should have like a software category like that, like doesn't count it as a mostly most played game if it's
Logos
cheating.
minted. What?
My BOGOs? I need those. Gary's mod, 6,500 hours. Gary's mod. It's pretty much oh my gosh. Amount of stuff that improved behind a paywall of more expansions gave me a bad taste in my mouth. Bounce off of it because sheer amount of stuff added. It's overwhelming to look at. I get so overwhelmed by games like that. So true. Aren't Destiny DLCs the full price of nearly a full game? Okay, well I should have shut the fuck up. I put my whole hoof in my mouth. Gary's mod, 6,500. Risk of Rain, 5,400. How do you guys do that? How you guys do that? I'm just spending all of my time watching Star Trek. I should be able to record how much Star Trek I'm watching. It should come up with my Steam stats. How much Star Trek I've watched. Core audience for Destiny when it came out, I wanted the Halo Co-op Borderlands RPG thing. Top 4 are so messed up from modding dev. I also forgetting I have the game open in the background. Yeah. I usually move on to another game around the 300-hour mark. Oh, clearly I do too, and I considered Binding of Isaac to be my favorite game for, like, so long. And it, like, clearly was. Honestly, when people ask me what my favorite game is, I usually say Binding of Isaac. I don't even know if that's, like, necessarily true. But I can't think of another answer that would be more true than Binding of Isaac. So I say Binding of Isaac. So it helped me budget my time. My family is dying. Stop spending so much on Star Trek. We've only watched 1,000 episodes of Star Trek. I don't know how you guys have time for games like that. The next thing that I watch, I'm gonna implement my BZ estimator of whether or not a piece of media is good. I'm gonna start recording +2 or -2 for every episode of something that I watch. And then I can definitively say at the end that like I have like a number at the end. And if the number is positive, then it's a positive experience. Morrowind or Halo 2? Ooh. For favorite games? Binding of Isaac definitely had a huge influence on me. Huge. Wait, I need to see something. Okay, it's not. Okay. I was like, was League of Legends on its own, like, software? I couldn't remember. I did play League of Legends when I was in high school. I don't think that did anything to influence me as a person. Except it made it so I can't watch Arcane. It's on its own launcher? I couldn't remember. I was like, did I play that on Steam or no? Arcane is great though, I know, but I played League when I was in high school. I can't go back. I just can't. Now that I think about Arcane, I'm gonna think about this post that I saw on Tumblr that was like, I love when somebody has a YouTube channel that's like very dedicated to one thing, and you can see it in all of their uploads. They like are very consistent, and then they have like one thing that like sticks out that's completely different, and it was somebody who was reviewing every single episode of every single episode of SpongeBob, like 2 episodes at a time, like every single like paired episode of SpongeBob together, and it was just like 12 videos of just the same thumbnail with like 2 different SpongeBob episodes, like an image of Gary on it, and then like in between those like 12 episodes of SpongeBob reviews, there was a screenshot from Arcane, and it said like Arcane was always centrist, actually, and I'm like fucking lose it. I'm like, oh my god. I just think that it's just so funny. Like, I'm like, damn, I don't really have a strong opinion on this. I've not seen it. I don't know. Not gonna get political because I've never seen the show, but just sort of in visual. Just as a visual striking. Oh my god, it's so funny. You don't have to go and explain it to me. It's just, like, I just think that next to like a bunch of SpongeBob thumbnails was just so funny. I'm just thinking about having this argument with someone. I'm just imagining a guy to be mad at. I'm just sticking my hands up. I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. You don't have to have that argument with me. That's not me. I'm not gonna understand any of it. I just think it's outrageously funny. Oh, sometimes you just like see an image and it like makes you like reel back with like oh, and that's what that was. Exactly, the dichotomy. I'm like, wow, people are so multifaceted. Wow. I'm never gonna forget that. Oh. All right, let's bring this through here. And then I'll just adjust this. Whenever it has this like faded out area, it never meshes correctly. I'm thinking about the animations that are in the Mario Kart World game again. Seen some arguments about arcane politics and messaging have some of merit. The conversations we have about art reflecting life, it sure makes you cackle a little. I don't even know. I know that people ship the men in it. That's about it. That's about all I know about Arcane. My problem with League of Legends from the very beginning was always that they never had any they never had like enough lady monsters. In terms of like they always like all of their girl characters, most of them were ladies. Like just like people, and I was like, well, how come all the guys get to be big scary monsters and there's like not nearly as many lady scary monsters? I just think about me telling you that part of it is just like strange magic. All right, you can keep talking. Make scary ladies, make scary like monster ladies who are like lady dragons and stuff. I feel like this is an issue with like media at large is that um just like characters that are coded as like non-human, like people usually default to masculine first anyways. So I'm like they never have enough like women who are big scary monsters. Like Shrek, exactly. Fiona is hot. The movie has to treat her like she's not. She is hot. But also, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that messaging in Shrek specifically of how she sees herself is so like beautiful and important, and like how she, I don't know. Like, I feel like there isn't enough time spent on like her coming to terms with like her being an ogre and being beautiful anyways, because I don't know. As somebody who's like dealt with my own like body issues. But the dragon's also great. Dragon's a beautiful woman who's very confident constantly. Donkey's wife. But like yeah, like I feel like the message in Shrek and the scene where she's like talking down about herself and Shrek overhears it and he thinks that she's talking about him. Oh my god, what a fucking movie. What a fucking oh I don't even have the fucking words for it. Like that's so good. I was talking a lot about just sort of like the I guess it's not like dysmorphia, but like thinking about, um just sort of like the relationship with my body that I have in terms of like my appearance and liking how I look. Um I'm like for me, I feel like I wildly swing between reconciling growing up around like severe diet culture and then like looking at myself in the mirror and being like, damn. It's like manic depressive body appreciation, that kind of thing. I'm like, oh fuck. It's so difficult having a body. It's so hard to love yourself sometimes, but sometimes you just look in the mirror and you're like, sheesh, I'm sexy. There's this thing that happened in group with Health Nut family members, and it's a drag after a while. I hate having a physical form. I hate it. I hate it. I love eating food when food is so tasty, and I love food, but I hate having to eat food. I hate that I can't. That it's like not an option. I can't just like do it for fun. You know? Does anybody else feel that way? I just want to be able to eat for fun. I don't want to have to do it. Same with sleeping. This should be like opt in. I like big gals always hurts knowing how many body issues they've been forced through their whole lives. Living in the world that is like so not catered to bigger bodies, both like in a physical way and also just like in a coconut mall. Sorry, I really do have ADHD. Um, it's fucking hard as hell, and the fact that like I feel like the world got a little bit better and then just sort of took like a fucking nosedive as of late in terms of fat shaming is absolutely fucking criminal. Just found out about periods. The thing is that periods are optional. Doctors don't want you to know this one little trick. They are optional. You can take medication and not have them anymore. I know this because I did it. And now when people are like, oh, I hate being on my period, I'm like, damn, did you know that you could just, like, not? You can just stop. And I feel like an asshole. You can just not. It's not true. Not everybody can just not. Sometimes, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Medication is different for different people. Have a family member has always been toxically, positively, and negatively harassed of her body type, and I've had so many conversations with them to go, yeah, they are pressuring you too much. You try hard, so they can fuck off. Yeah. The thing that sucks about it so much is that the people in the world do treat you differently whether or not you are, like, whether you are fat or if you are skinny. Like, straight up, people will, just random people on the street will interface with you differently, and you are considered, you know, prettier if you are skinny. And people will treat you nicer if they deem you to be prettier. And that's an incredibly fucked up thing that happens that makes sort of my, like, little justice part of my brain go makes me feel so just, like, be fucking nice to everybody all of the time that is nice to you. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But yeah, it's just it sucks. It sucks so fucking big time. And you have to put so much more work into loving yourself and loving your body when you have to deal with that from the outside world. But sometimes you can be a little freak like me and you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, damn! And you're like, okay, it's fine. I wish I've not come to class with, like, a perfectly structured argument. And I'm like, damn, I wish I did. I'm not good at, like, carefully constructing those kinds of conversations. I'm like, this pisses me off. I'm gonna yap a little bit. It only matters if you're so big it's a problem, makes your life harder. Mobility issues, if you have health complications. That's the thing, is, like, I think that societally, like, we need to divorce weight from health in terms of just sort of, it's very much considered like it's a generalization that should not be happening across the board. Like, obviously, health complications, a lot of times health complications and weight go hand in hand the opposite way. Like, I think a lot of people, like, the medical dismissal of being overweight is crazy. Yes, like, a lot of the times, if you are disabled, you are more likely to be overweight because you are not able to move your body in the same capacity. So it's like, a lot of the times, doctors will be like, well, you're ill because you're overweight, and it's actually like, no, I'm overweight because I'm ill. Like, that shit is so fucked up on a deeply evil fundamental level that makes me mad in a way that I can't even articulate. Like, that's something that always pisses me off, with that people always, like, assume the worst in others. And it's like, well, if you actually take a step back and you think about it from the opposite direction, you have a much kinder sort of understanding of the people in the world around you, you know? But instead, we have people who go to medical school for years and are just, like, very quick to outright dismiss, you know, any issues they may have. Something as simple as, like, endometriosis, you know, which is something that affects such a large population of people who have the a uterus. I couldn't remember the name of it. It just affects so many people who have uteruses and makes it so you can't fucking move. Like your periods are so bad that for, possibly like a quarter of your month, you can't move. And those things are also like inherently linked to sort of body weight fluctuations as well. Like there's so many complexities involved. And yes, you need to be careful about yourself and your weight, and you need to like, have conversations with doctors. And I hate that when people talk about larger bodies that the conversation goes to health. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Because that is a conversation to have with a doctor. And it's like, damn, I think that every single time that somebody talks about vaping, I should just be like, you need to go to a doctor. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine who vapes recently, and they were like, yeah, oh my god, I need to fix my dental insurance and go to the dentist because my teeth are really bad. And I went, like, well, it's probably because you vape. Like, I'm sorry. That's like, shit like that, like, I don't know. That's crazy to me. BMI is fucking bullshit. That shit, like, that shit pisses me off. Oh, not fully scientific medical standards are like how people think about IQ. It's overapplied. I'm not overweight in any real way. That someone would argue, but mathematically, BMI considers me overweight. Yes, I think that just I can't help but think of like Wii balance boards and stuff like that, and how every Wii balance board was like giving 10-year-olds body dysmorphia. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that so fucking fun? Wasn't that so fun? Wasn't that a fun thing that we all went through? Sorry. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? I remember that. At 5'9", 212, 220 pounds, a given time, considered obese on paper. If anyone looked at me, they'd see you as average build in most cases. Yeah. It's simply like just like plugging in height and weight is not a good enough sort of like indicator of someone's build, somebody's health. Like it there's so many more factors at play. The human body is just so complex. Like boiling it down to something that simple is just stupid, and also it's like an easily modified number that they have modified in the past. Since I started ADHD meds at 31, a lot of my food cravings went away. I realized one of the major reasons I was fat growing up was just brain yelling for dopamine easily and getting it from junk food. Thought I was just weak-willed for so long. Damn, that's crazy. For me, ADHD makes it so I don't fucking eat at all. And somehow my body is still the same shape that it is. So I'm like, I like to consider myself as someone with a very average build. A chubby average build for an older person. So, like, I don't speak for everybody. I would say, honestly, the way that I drew BZ 3.0, I drew her like that because I wanted her to look like my body. And that's the kind of body that I have. So, I've learned to do it all along. Humans are not one size fits all. It's true. It's true. It's always been true. When I took ADHD meds as a kid, it made me, like, not eat. I already had a huge problem eating and not realizing I was hungry until I had pangs, which is dumb of me, but I was, like, 12. Yeah. That's, like, part of my fear. That's part of my fear is, like, if I were to take ADHD meds, if I would just eat it all. I have, like, a really, really, really bad relationship with food. Part of that having to do with, like, growing up in a family that was, like, really big on diet culture. And then also being, just having ADHD and being really bad at, like, remembering to eat consistently. I have to be very careful about my own relationship with food and making sure that I eat, because if I don't eat, my body will fall apart and I'll get like a little mini panic attack, and then I'll be like, why am I having a little mini panic attack? Oh, it's because I haven't eaten anything all day. Like it's crazy to me. I never forget food unless I'm on stimulants. Yeah, I straight up forget to eat. Like the forget disease makes me forget basic things you need to live, which is kind of insane, but it does. I will forget to eat and not feel hungry. Yep, I streaming is one of the few things that will actually get me to feel hungry, which is weird. I don't know why. Instead, it feel the heartburn from my stomach acid going by the way you need. Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Vital. I do that. I do that, or I get the hunger pangs. Um, but yeah, that and also just like has stuff to do with like being poor and like not having money. So it's like part like the diet culture stuff and the other part like not having money, and it's like, well, I can't go out and eat food because I can't spend what little money I have on what is considered to be a special treat. But also like I don't have the appetite to eat any of the like just a slice of bread that I have at home. So what am I going to do? And it's like, well, I've had to get myself to a point where I can't make I can't make what's the word? I can't like negotiate on food. If I need to eat and I'm worried about spending the extra money, I'm like I can't I don't fucking care. I need to eat. Like you need to eat. Don't go to bed hungry, dumbass. Like you have to eat something. And I'm trying to be better. Sometimes I'm it's like fuck it, I'll suck it up and eat a slice of bread and a hard-boiled egg and I'll go to sleep, but you know. Try to eat stuff that doesn't offend me, gives me enough nutrients so I can have a normal stable level. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is there really such a thing as neurotypical? How much of ADHD and autism is raw human nature being crammed into a category? I think about that a lot, Rayzilla. And yes, I honestly agree with the. Is it just capitalism talk to less problematic to the machine? I think about that a lot. Because people, you see people have like talking points of like more people are being diagnosed with this than ever before, and it's like, well, when people were just like working on farms in medieval Europe, it didn't matter whether or not little Timmy could make eye contact. Like I think everything exists on a spectrum, and not enough people are comfortable with that to sit with it. Bad picky relationship with food growing up, having people force you to sit at a table, put a bunch of pressure on eating the green beans. So makes you gag when you try to eat any at all. Oh, I was so picky as a kid. Also, I was deathly afraid of the happy birthday song. That's one of the clues. That's one of the clues. And also medicine and science have gotten better. The medicine and science have gotten better, but also the world has changed on a fundamental level, you know? Who care if Grug I don't know, play too much stick rock. I can't think of a good comparison. It's like trying to figure out what clouds look like. Yeah. Humans are deeply complex social creatures with like so much going on in there. That one's kind of a dog, I guess. Yeah. I'm not getting shit done right now. Sorry. Sorry. I'll get back to work. In 1939, 2% of the population wrote with the left hand. By 1972, 12%. Sorry, I think I need to refill my water. People didn't become more left-handed. It's that we stopped forcing people to be right-handed as often. I think the left-handed argument is like a really is a really important one. I think about it a lot for like Pride's coming up. I think a lot of LGBT queer folks like really, you know, relate to that in a capacity. It's like, oh, more kids are gay, and it's like, well, no, I think that just more people are willing to be open with, you know, their sexuality in ways that were suppressed before, you know? Forced a grandparent of mine to write with the right hand. Yeah, like I have family members that were forced to write with their right hand. I wouldn't be surprised if they still do it in like some schools and like Catholic schools and stuff like that. I think actually woo! Crowpen! Crowpen, thank you for the raid! Thank you so much! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, Raiders. If you don't know me, I am BZ. I'm a Jersey Devil VTuber who does live 2D rigging. Welcome on in. I hope you had a good stream, Crowpen. If you have to head out and do some post-stream care, you are more than welcome to do so. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will take good care of your Raiders. But I had I was gonna say, I had a neighbor's parent who was left-handed and got slapped. So I'm like, it's not that like far away of a thing. That one's crazy to me because I'm like, what is your beef? Like, seriously? Writing with the left hand? Like, I don't know. But it's like a social rule sort of thing. It's kind of weird that like the kinds of battles that certain people will pick over like social rules like that is crazy. So culture just one hand is used to clean yourself, so it's like, oh, do not touch people with that one, so like I forget vague memory. Yeah, it's very interesting. But it's also the thing of like beefing with a 4-year-old. You know? I guess 4-year-olds don't learn how to write.
Hello there.
Hello there. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. See, what if the devil is controlling the left hand and I'm writing your essays for you with it? Can't have that. It's like that, and then like, it was like a thing like if you parted your hair to the wrong side, that was like the way that the devil parted his hair, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like, I think people were just bored, made up a lot of rules, and then kept them. It becomes part of the culture. Well, a lot of the time, like, taboos and stuff like that are, like, built on, like, they come from somewhere, right? That's sort of part of the, like, the thing of, I was gonna say socialism, but not socialism, but, like, sociology, you know? So it's like, I don't know, someone somewhere did invent that, but it just, like, has, like, such little place. I don't know. Part of me could see it as something, like, it used to be that not everybody knew how to write. Like, literacy is a very new thing, and honestly something that, like countries are still struggling with, including the United States. The United States doesn't have a very good grasp on literacy at the current juncture. And But like literally like populations of people being able to read and write were a lot smaller than they are now, and it just used to be that the elite, the rich, were the only people that knew how to read and write. And so I could see how that might have started with something of like, it's only polite to write with this one hand in the same way that it's only polite to use this sort of fork when you are eating a salad or doing something along that line. There were classes in various cultures of non-rich people reading and writing. And while that can be true, absolutely could be true, they were still like the like dominating class, the one that like made the rules and had the power, you know? Teachers and tutors and monks and nuns. See, for monks specifically, here's why it makes sense to me, because I could see that like if monks were teaching other monks how to write, and this is actually making perfect sense to me as somebody who played Pentiment. So most of what monks were doing, every single day was they were hand transcribing Bibles. And so if you are writing in ink and you're transcribing Bibles, and if you're writing with your left hand, you are going to smear ink into all over your paper. So like I could see like if you're doing that, your monk teacher, Friar Bob, he's gonna slap you on the wrist because you're gonna ruin your work, and he's gonna blame the devil for it instead, so you get really scared, and then that just sort of catches on. Now, I am inventing all of this, of course. I've made up a guy in my head. But I'm like, you know what? Actually, that would make sense in that context. Something you found out that don't mix fabric materials, that was meant for men of the cloth as a symbol of purity. Oh. Interesting. Things I would have never known. I need to refill my water and I'm gonna explode. So I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run some ads. Don't eat shellfish thing is because someone had an allergy. I like to think the don't eat this thing is because they were trying to get people to buy more of a different thing. Being uniform and impersonating and then anyways, I'm gonna BRB. I need water. Hello? Hello? I'm back. I should probably lock in now. Just thinking. I should probably lock in. Would be a good idea. But yeah. Fair and same. Yeah. Thanks for yapping with me though. Feels kind of good to yap from the heart. Let's do... Where is this index finger here? Make a mesh here. I need to sculpt stuff. Ooh! I'm guessing, like, digital sculpting? I was like, you definitely won't be in chat if you're physically sculpting. Yeah, doing comms. Out of curiosity, like, what do you sculpt in? Do you sculpt in Blender or? Sorry, you just said I have to go lock in and work, and here I am asking you questions. Oh yeah, that's right. You have. Do you sculpt? Is that ZBrush or Blender? I've not like actually looked at the program that you do. Clay. ZBrush? Okay. I thought it would be ZBrush. I'm like thinking about your work. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's so funny that I'm like, I could see your name and I've seen your work, and yet I didn't connect that that was your work until you said that's my work. It's like, I know this, but I got a weird brain that didn't think about it. I can do Blender, but ZBrush is more intuitive for sculpting. I know that people who sculpt really love ZBrush. I'm jamming. Sorry. See, plenty of good work in Blender that was sculpted. It's not designed specifically for that alone. No, not at all. I never really got the hang of sculpting myself. Oh, button. Nomad sculpt for tablets, which is affordable. Ooh. I never really got quite the hang of sculpting digitally or physically for that matter. I'm very much more of the kind of mind of somebody who would do it in like a vertex based way. Or like shape blocking and then get into some vertexes. You're taught box modeling first? Yeah. Is that what I'm talking about? That's what be like you using the cube? Using the cube and the extrude tool? I'm not so familiar with like the terminology anymore. More or less what you're saying? Yeah. I guess some Demone, ladies. Demone! Isn't that guy who played Willy Wonka? Demone! Demote Chalamet! This song activates the sleeper agent within me. Demote Chalamet! This is, This is like the Shenanigans song from Kirby Air Ride. Item shop? No. Item bounce, Kirby Air Ride. This is the music that plays when all the items start fucking bouncing all over the place in Kirby Air Ride. Play the fuck out of Kirby Air Ride. Yes! It was like the one thing that like I was like really, really legitimately excited about for the Switch 2. I was like, oh fuck, Kirby Air Ride? Shit! Just like, oh, it's over for me if Kirby Air, but it's not coming out for a while. I have time. It's first real 3D Kirby in terms of like moving around a world. I just thought it was so fun to go into City Trial and roleplay with my friends. That was the best. I don't give a fuck about any of the other modes of that game. It was just City Trial. And that's why I think I saw like some people who were like not professional, but like hardcore Mario Kart players were not really excited looking at the worlds in like the different race maps in Mario Kart World. Because a lot of them look very straight and they look very wide, so there's not really a lot of challenge to them compared to like previous Mario Kart games. But I'm like, I don't care. If I was like a 10-year-old kid playing Mario Kart, like the idea of being able to just like run around and roleplay as Mario and like all the different bad guys. Are you kidding me? They're gonna make GTA roleplay, but with Mario. Like, like mark my words. Someone out there is gonna do GTA RP with Mario. It's gonna happen. I used to play Super Smash Brothers with my friends, where we would set up the game so that we had 99 lives. And then we would go to that one huge ass Zelda map, and we would just roleplay with each other and get silly. It was so fun. Where the hell is the hand? Oh, hold on a minute here. Oh no! I didn't set a keyframe. Fuck! Edit form, revert to original. We'd set up challenges and battles or whatever else in the city with friends and such. You were in a Jedi Academy RPG modded server as a kid, and it was wacky. There were in-game credits to people who would pay you fake money to do stuff like kill someone, take their swoop bike. Oh my god! Or do single-player missions and co-op. It was janky as all fuck. That's like so fun. That's the meaning of life. Is finding weird little things like that, or run around being silly with the pals. That's human connection! And stupid little Star Wars servers. I was doing that, but in, like, Neopets. Gonna bring this part of the palm out more. So gonna bring this part out a bit. People do that. You wouldn't survive a Call of Duty public lobby chat. I'm like, yeah, I know I was there. It would sucked. Everyone muted and they went to private chats. Yeah. I was not there. I was not brave enough. I also just, like, never had any interest in, shooting games. My parents were, like, very, very anti-gun. So, like, we weren't even allowed to have water guns growing up. They just, like, really didn't want to impart anything gun culture to us. So it was like, I would have never been allowed to have a shooter game. And, like, looking back, I'm like, that was pretty smart, actually. one of their better, like, parenting decisions. I'm like, I get that. That makes sense. Oh, God. Oh, that's so scary. Hold on, let me see. Eek! Eek! That looks so scary. Ew. Ew. So glad proximity chat in games is making a comeback. I do love proximity chat. Proximity chat is so good for a game like Among Us or like Lethal Company. The audio in Lethal Company is so funny. I think that the audio, honestly, is like the most important part in a game where the intent is to be funny. Favorite moments is just feeding fake information to the enemy team by hiding nearby and saying something to them off. That's awesome. It's so fucking funny. I love the thing of, like, in Lethal Company specifically, I don't know if it's just, like, the people that I loved watching play Lethal Company specifically, but it happens with my friends, too. And it happens with me. Like, I love, after you die, like, going around to all of the people that are still alive, and, like, you just experienced the horrors, and there are probably other people experiencing the horrors, but there's usually some other guy in your game who's just, like, chilling or talking to themselves in, like, the dumbest fucking way possible. I love how deeply stupid you can be in that game. The thing was literally someone random on our team took a bomb that was supposed to be planted in Halo 2, hit it outside the map with a glitch. There was no time limit if someone was holding it before they patched it. Oh my god. Made a truce with the enemy team by teaming up to do the glitch to get outside the map. To transport an enemy riding on top of an aircraft we flew with him on top. You were just doing, like, Evil Knievel shit. That's awesome. Hi, Elaine. Come on in. We're working on this cute little heart hands toggle. I made your hand look scary as hell. We're fixing it. Don't worry. I used to do this thing playing Borderlands 2 with my friends. I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but I used to do this thing in Borderlands 2 where there's like a glitch that I think is still a glitch in there. I think they use it for speedruns. Um, where one of the characters in Borderlands 2, the commando, has gets like a speed boost whenever he drops like a weapon. Like there's something on his skill tree that you can get a little speed boost every time that you drop a weapon. And so me and my friends, we would have our friend who was the commando, we would just give him all of our guns, and then he would pick them all up, and he would put them all down, and then he would just go wham! He would just fucking fly off the map. It was awesome. He would like go completely off the screen, like so good. I loved playing that with my friends. I have like very fond memories of that game, and I don't even remember where it is in Borderlands 2 specifically, but I remember like a particular like cage match section that we went to that we were all totally out leveled for. And BZ, what did you play? What was the fucking like? I called myself the mech romancer, but I don't know if that's what she was called. The little engineering bitch with the big robot. That was always what I played as, and it was the mech romancer. Okay, good. I was like, that sounds too good. Was that actually what it was called? I played the mech romance. It was a DLC class. Yes, yes. I only played after like DLC. It was like years after the game was popular. But I remember for whatever reason I was like really fast and good at outrunning whatever was in this one cage match. And so we would play and we really wanted to beat the area, but like I was the only one who managed to like survive for very long, so I would just fucking run in a circle, not getting hit by these over-leveled enemies. And my friends found like a spot from like up above where they could like snipe at them. And I literally was like, I feel like the dog. I feel like the rabbit. I feel like the rabbit in a Greyhound racing track. Just fucking running around doing nothing. These guys are chasing me, and then everybody else is taking care of it. It was so fun, though. I would pay to do that again. That was so fun. Played the Zero guy and the Sniper guy in the first one. Though the Zero guy is just Zero. And they're cool as hell. I love a space ninja. It's funny bug that... Oh, I just missed that. Funny bug in Left 4 Dead where if you meleeed a mounted turret, it would be pushed, but not allowed to actually move. So you could smack it with your friends a ton of times to build velocity, then touch it and get catapulted from an airport airfield into the sky and then die from fall damage. Yes, that's just guys being dudes. I love that. Shitty co-op game called Two Worlds 2 that you and one friend played. We found a bug for ragdolling a guy by kicking him and then casting a weak little whirlwind tornado spell meant to throw environment objects. We ragdolled someone that became an object. We'd send every single NPC into the stratosphere. Remember nothing else about the game. Wow. The only things I remember about Borderlands are that commando trick, being the rabbit in a Greyhound race, Handsome Jack, and Butt Stallion, and how much I really just didn't play that game or shoot at anything, but instead ran around every single locker of the map and stole all of the money before anybody else could find it. That's why the Mechromancer was such a good class for me. It was just like, go, my robot. Like, I didn't fucking do any of the fighting. Just go, my minion. Drawing aggro and letting your robot confuse. Yep. Yep. It was really good for somebody like me. The thing about me is I really love a control class. But also, like, I like melee as well. I like melee and I like control classes. I do not like shooting guns or projectiles really very much at all. I like a little bit of magic. But mostly I like beating shit up with my paws. I can't fucking talk. Beating shit up with my paws, with my big ass paws, or yelling at everyone and telling them to do shit for me. Which is why I will always be eternally mad that they don't have a warlord class in D&D. They got rid of the fucking warlord class. It's my favorite one. I like a control class, but I don't want to heal anybody. Summoners exist in Pathfinder. I do like a summoner class. Gore, are you just saying, oh no, that I brought up the fact that they don't have warlords in 5e again? And you're like, oh my god, BZ, shut up. No. I'll shut up when they add it. Apparently they just added scions, and I'm like, bitch, where are my fucking warlords? Played a warlord in a past campaign that was just soldier TF2. That sounds so fun! That sounds so fun. It didn't last long. I mean, that's all like all D&D games, right? Game you watched earlier this week is 5e adjacent because they're sick of Wizard of the Coast. Yeah. Got a special summoner who can make any creature a summon if they spend time studying them. Ooh, that's fun. I won't rant about lack of warlords in D&D, lack of control classes that aren't just healing. The hell do I gotta do to fix this here? Okay, hold on. Let me look at this freaky deaky hand. Also, a Hexer class they added is 90% about debuffing enemies, transferring status effects to the same party. Ooh! That's cool. You can just, like, throw the VOD in the Discord. I may or may not listen to it, but somebody else might be interested. I don't know. It's always for me, I can never say that I'm gonna listen to something, even if I want to listen to it. Because there's a lot of things I would like to watch and listen to. I do not control the channel. As much as I do, in fact, control the channel, I don't control the channel. And, more often than not, the channel is tuned to twitch.tv, so... And when I say twitch.tv, I mean, usually one of like 3 specific channels: Northern Lion, Basil Wolf, and Big Nose Bug. It's occasionally Vine Sauce. If I'm lucky. Exactly. Exactly. I do love me some Vinnie Vincent sauce. The other day I was looking at his stream muted because honestly I don't remember why I had the stream muted, because I was probably working on something that I needed the audio for, but I just like looked over at his chat and he broke his speen. He broke his speen apparently. It like something with the audio for it, like I guess it's not the same anymore. I'm like, what the hell? That's so sad. Did you ever talk about that first time he played Sonic 3? I'm not Sonic pilled. I'm not Sonic pilled. I'm sorry. I'm like a little bit Sonic pilled. I played Sonic on the Dreamcast when I was a little baby. You don't have to be. I guess I've never seen him played Sonic 3. I got into Vincent Sauce when he was in his corruption era. And I'm very much a fan of his Ant Farm gameplay, which is to say any of his like RimWorld, Tomodachi Life, Miitopia, like any game that requires just like watching a bunch of ants in a farm. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm here for. The Sesame Street corruption is insanely good. He's so good at breaking stuff. I do also love his Skyrim streams. He knows how to break an Elder Scrolls game. Even if he doesn't want to. Oh my god, the like Trials of Mana. Oh my god. I was thinking about the Trials of Mana playthrough that he did because of Fantasy Life, and just sort of the voice acting in Fantasy Life had me think about Trials of Mana. Oh my god. It's me, Matelo, the supernatural enthusiast. He's so good at breaking games. And he doesn't even try. It really is just like a passive. Haven't seen much of his material. Love the ROM hack Mario Mystery Meat. Yes. Yes. A YouTube link. The chair! Love that you still use it. It's really honestly good for me to like place the chair in the scene so that way I don't make myself too short. So now I can zoom in really close and my head isn't cropped out. I'm clicking on this YouTube video, but I'm not gonna watch it right now. I'm saving it as a snack for later. A delicious, scrumptious treat. He's just trying to do the Sonic spin thing, doesn't remember how to do it, and he just breaks it. Just gonna bring this way a bit more. One thing I honestly really like about Vinny is that he's very much like a streamer that, I think this is true of just like human beings, but he has like different eras. There's like sometimes it's like, oh, it's the alien era, or like the Tomodachi Life era, or the corruption era, you know? Which is to say, like, he plays like a lot of games that maybe go on for like a really long time, and then they just kind of become the stream for a while. This looks so scary, if I'm being honest. Like, it makes the hands look so skinny. I have to, like... I have to do something about that. I don't like it. Is that weird? It's not that weird. I do think I need to move the pinky back a little bit, though. Speed! The glue buddy did look cute sitting next to the chair. Oh, I still have that. I had to take it off of my face. Used to have an issue showing his face on stream years ago early on, too. I get that. I mean, I'm a VTuber, so... It was weird at the time for, like, a streamer to not show their face, but I, like... It sounds very funny coming from a VTuber of all people, but I really appreciated that about him because I didn't give a fuck about looking at streamer's face. When I was watching something. Like, I honestly, like, preferred it to be without it. I feel like a lot of times it covered up the gameplay, and I was very interested in the gameplay. Sort of agreed with that time. I don't know how that man is 40. It's so crazy thinking about, like, how Vinny Vinesauce is 40, and you think about how the Seinfeld characters look the way they did in their 20s. What? What the hell happened there? What do you mean? Like, how old is George Costanza in Seinfeld? You know? He's like in his 20s, right? Maybe I'm crazy. How old are the characters in Seinfeld? If Pat were here... Okay, maybe they're in their 30s. Maybe I'm crazy. They're... Okay. Elaine is in her 20s. George is 33. George and Jerry are supposed to be 31 or 32. Okay. Okay. I feel crazy. But yeah, I really like when streamers have, like, a particular, like, era. I think that's kind of really fun. Face when you're the same age as Seinfeld and feel 30 years younger. What's the deal? I had the thought recently where I was like, you know, I really enjoy media that is about, like, complicated characters that aren't really good people. Like, I don't want to watch media about, like, people who are, like, nice to each other and good things happen to them. I want to watch media about bad people and bad things happen to them and it's, like, ugly and crazy. Oh, so it's Always Sunny? Yes. But also, like, Always Sunny is just kind of Seinfeld, you know? It's just Seinfeld, but even more insane. Like, the characters of Seinfeld are assholes. So, like, you know? I'm like, maybe I should watch Seinfeld. I feel like I would understand a lot if I did. It's crazy that Charlie is the one that's the least of an, like, least asshole out of all of the people there. And I love that Charlie Work is, like, the best rated episode of Always Sunny. I mean, I agree with that remark that Charlie Work is the best episode. But it is, like, what a funny episode. I am, like, constantly thinking about the scene where Charlie is like, Oh my god! Oh my god, I don't care! Shut up! I feel like that a lot. Friend from Sweden who only started watching Seinfeld because it was on in the gym she was going to. Asked me why people watch it when she first saw it. Is this what Americans idolize? No! We just watch shows about bad people. Eventually became a mass. Yeah! This is awful. Everyone's a terrible person. I love it. Oh, so what's happening? I was like, what is this thing through here? It's the ring showing up through the other side. So I'm just gonna like slide this way a little bit to make that not show up. And I don't think I'm gonna rig the like fingers to move at all. I think it'll just like overcomplicate it. So I'm just gonna keep them stationary. We have like the depth on it. That's nice. And I'll flip that. Honestly, might be more deep than it needs to be. Like, let me just like let's get this at like 20 instead or something. Or not 20, but like 8. I like that more. Going, they're supposed to be laughed at, not role models. Yes, yes. There is honestly, like, nothing that pisses me off more in media than, like, the sort of modern day, like, therapy speak. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch shows that are about people, like, being nice to each other. I want to watch shows about people who are, like, stealing their friend's dog's medication or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to watch shows where they're like people are like going crazy. People who are, you know, tearing their way to the top of something and then experiencing the hubris of treating their fellow man like shit. Felt like there was a bit of a non-typical Neros going on between us and culture stuff too. Yeah, like there was just sort of like a shift in like writing and culture, I think, where people were overcorrecting a little bit into being nice. And just for me, like someone as like from like a media literacy standpoint, I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't watch The Sopranos and think like, I'm gonna go join the mafia. Like, I think that there are some people who did not have the media literacy where, like, we can only write shows with happy endings. I'm like, no! It's a struggle because I imagine, like, trying to make good characters that are not utterly contemptible, but making stuff boring in media is worse than making them good. Yes! Yes. You can make good characters with dumb flaws if you must, and you should. Whenever I write characters, this is my method for writing characters that I've had for like a decade now. And I love writing up characters and coming up with stuff like this. But my methodology for it to make like a good, well-rounded character that can be like boiled down still to some simple sense is I pick 3 traits, relatively positive traits. One for social, like how they act socially around others. How they act like intellect, how their like intellect is, how they are intellectually. Are they, you know, intelligent? Are they methodical? Are they, you know, like how from like an intellectual standpoint, how are they? And then from an emotional standpoint, you know, are they happy go lucky? Are they you know, down to earth? Like how do they, are they in tune with their emotions? Are they uh just like high energy? Those sorts of things. Picking, so one social, one intellectual, one emotional trait. I pick those, usually something on the side of positive, and then I think about the negative traits. I do the same thing for negative traits: social, emotional, intellectual, and usually those traits, you think about the other side of the coin of those traits. So if you have a character who is analytical, you know, perhaps having a character who's is like analytical as a good trait is somebody who gets lost in the details and can't see, you know, the trees in the forest. That sort of, or can't see the forest for the trees is the actual phrase. And I think that's like a really fun way that I make characters that feel well-rounded, and I've like used that forever. I started doing that at a young age, and I've never gone back. It's how I do everything now. So if we drop the Buddha Jesus amalgam perfecto and set into a setting, most of the drama comedy plot would be from people who are not them. Yeah. Which is funny because they did that as an anime, and it is actually very funny. The Jesus Buddha anime. That feels like it was made forever ago. Alright, where does this ring go? The Beatles. Which hand is this supposed to be on? Oh, it's the index finger. What the hell? God damn it. Oh. I have to set this here, then reflect. Reflect those parameters. Okay, that's mostly correct. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Have a character that's very nice and good at heart, is easily angered, insufferably a weeb, and obnoxious as a point. Some people see them as a walking after-school PSA. It was fun to play them because they were this giant fucking dork who also wanted to be loved and appreciated. A Shadowrun game, which is fun. Gap Moe, yes, that's the other thing. It's like you can, with the method that I have, sometimes you make a character that's like one side of the coin. You know, their negative trait and their positive trait are the same trait, just sort of like one has been pushed too far. But sometimes you could do the Gap Moe thing where it's like, actually this character is like, is very like happy-go-lucky in like a social sense, but actually they're like deeply depressed and that it's completely like a face, you know? Hi, Phantom! Okay, so I've got to do a thing here with the heart hands. So all the stuff that's the right side. First of all, I'll put this in a deformer first. Heart, hands, R, GRP. For yours, Cyan, the gal was your Discord icon. Shared some sculpt stuff of her. Like, ooh! Wasn't a face so much as an ideal she wanted to embody and wanted to enforce her will on the world around her. I love characters like that. I really love, probably one of my favorite sort of like character traits. I love a heel. I love like a really stupid jerk. It's not a himbo. Because, yes, kind of a himbo, but I like the ones that aren't nice. And I feel like being nice is an important qualifier for being a himbo. She wasn't faking the joy. She was actually just really angry the world wasn't better. Which gave her the power to murderize. Oh. I always have a struggle with my characters for campaigns to like really give them like a driving force as to like why they fight. I like making fun and interesting characters, but more often than not, I'm not always like making a character that necessarily wants to tussle. Like, you know? Like it's usually something I have an issue with. I like making weirdos, and they're not necessarily like trying to win money or something like that, you know? Like, what are you guys doing out here? Like, I don't know. He's a cool guy. It's not entirely realistic or natural to make everyone want to fight all the time. It's a game mechanic that pushes its way in. True. I'm not here to make friends. And I'm like, I'm here to make friends. I'm actually here to make friends. That's where the roleplay comes into play and social skills, but also that doesn't equal fun at all times either. Yeah, I think that the like math and grinding part of D&D is actually really fun. I think it's more fun than like I love like the social aspect to it and everything, but I'm like I kind of actually really love the math grindiness of it all. Like maybe I do want to play a game with encumberment. I don't know. Min-max characters before including Cyan did some JoJo shit with her. You can get silly with it. I like min-maxy stuff. They're the one character I remember. We've not done anything with the game in a while, but I guess my one D&D character I have right now, Dang, he's a barbarian at wizard school, and what I really wanted to do with him is I really wanted to make a barbificer, a barbarian artificer, which is like not something that the game is like designed to do at all, because any kind of spell shit is like really bad for barbarians because they need to like maintain concentration, and you lose concentration when you go in a rage. And I'm like, oh, it's stupid and complicated, but I just wanted to make a guy that could have cool armor and shit that could also go into a rage. But I like the idea of like playing a character who went to wizard school on a sports scholarship, but is just genuinely like, I gotta get my fucking act together, man. I gotta graduate. Okay, so there's like a little bit. Wow, it's like so subtle. Wow, okay, I didn't think it would be that easy. The way that the two hands pass over each other. It works a lot better than I thought it would. Wow, guys! Wow. Even though I spent most of this time fucking talking and not doing any work, I actually got the thing done that I wanted to do. What a concept. I don't want to set up the shoulder to actually work properly though. I don't want to do that. I will take credit for being distracting. Nah, it's all me. I'm taking you down with me, not the other way around. Stream is like, oh, no, that's not good. Well, I did the work I wanted to do, so if Stream decides it wants to be stupid, then... If Stream comes back, let's do framed. Yeah, it's lagging for whatever reason. My internet is still fine. So I imagine it's on OBS's side. It's gone back up. All right, I think we're back. I think refresh. I think we're back. I think we're good. Ads in 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Yeah, just give it a refresh. I'll hang out a little bit. We'll do framed. Maybe do Bandle. Airplane. I don't know why, but the back of this guy's head is given Mission Impossible to me. Why am I thinking about Pee-wee? And remembering the Alamo. Do they have Pee-wee's any of the Pee-wee movies on here? No? This is crack. God, I have no idea. What is this? Is that Evil Knievel? Did they make a movie about Evil Knievel? Guys, do we know any movie? Do we know the name of... This is not Holes. That would be crazy. This gotta be like a movie about Evil Knievel, right? If there's a... I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I can never spell that guy's name wrong. Not wrong. I can never spell that guy's name right. I'm just... Knives Out! Could you imagine? This is Knives Out. It's not this one? Damn. It's just a different guy who wears an American flag motorcycle helmet? I don't know what this is. Easy Rider. Easy Rider. I hardly know her. This was yesterday's? That looks like Ryan Gosling to me, but it's the back of a head, so I wouldn't know. I have no idea what this is. This is crack. Cocaine Bear. Damn. Damn! I know it's not. Hello? 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 Hold on. Hello? O'Brien? What are you doing here? O'Brien, what are you doing here? I don't know what Gold Meanie's been in. That isn't Star Trek. I know he's been in stuff. I know that he's an actor. I know that he has probably more movies on his IMDb than the average Star Trek actor. Daniel Craig? Layer Cake. I hardly know her, Cake. Whoa! That's crazy. I never heard of it. Oh, I already did this one, didn't I? Yeah. Julie and Julia. Okay. That's that guy from an episode of Stargate Atlantis. You're silly. You're silly. You know what? I want to do connections. It's been so long. It's been so long since we've done connections. Okay. Chicago Pope. These are movies. Yeah, The Crash is also a movie. Um, um, Wheel, chain, link, saddle, pedal, parts of a bike. All fucking... I'm pissed. You're silly! I'm going to hit you. That is it. That is what that is. To join, to unite, to link, to bridge. Now, what could Pope be? What do they mean by bluest? The Pope is from Chicago. This is... I do think that's what the red herring is of this connections, because they were right next to each other. So, okay, so I'm like... Crash, Gladiator, Rocky. These movies have the same kind of vibe to me. Chicago does not have the same kind of vibe to me. Moonlight, as well, not. These movies are like movies enjoyed by cis men. You know? Gladiator is Rome. Pope is Rome. Rocky is Philadelphia. I feel like only seen Gladiator out of these. I feel like these movies won an award of some kind. I only know of Rocky from my cultural osmosis. Me too, mostly, but my cultural osmosis is stronger than yours because I'm from Philly. So I know intrinsically more about Rocky because I drank the water from Philadelphia. So that's what I this whole entire time I was thinking about Chicago like it was the movie Chicago. Yes, the Philadelphia water. Sorry if I mispronounced it. This is gonna distract the fuck out of me. This playlist. I'm scared. That's what's confusing me is that I know that these four are movies. We can't listen to this. We can't listen to this right now. I'm going to lose my mind. We have to listen to some disco. This is I'm like, oh no. My brain is going to phase out of my ears. We're moving to Dancing Queen. What if they're all movies? Is there a movie called Pope? Damn, it's gotta be Chicago. Fuck! One of these is movie. Pick Best Picture winner since 2000. Go fuck yourself. That's stupid. I don't feel bad. I'm doing the Wordle. It's not anime. Trash. Um. Um. Trying to think of a word that could go in here. And I'm like, bacon? No, bacon is not a word that fits in here. P-R-A... What could be like, it could be like R-D? Uh... Waltz is a great word. I love that, actually. But there's no R. I guess it could be rally. I'm like, I want to see if I can get another word in there that I haven't used before. Razor, that's sick. Awesome. Okay, well, that's where the R is. Probably flip the O and the A. So, like... bull bar. um... Here's a good one. Polar. Oh! Okay, hell yeah. I still know how to game. I still know how to game. Or Bandle time. I'm goated. I'm goated with the sauce. All right. Bandle time. Easy par 1. I love an easy par 1 from 2015. Girl, why are you so loud? I forgot I can't do this. I forgot I can't do this because it's so fucking loud and I can't turn it down. I'm so sorry. It's so loud. As much as I want to, I guess I could theoretically open up my sound settings and reduce it that way. Here I go. Oh, sorry, I've got both audio playing. This, it says easy par 1, but I don't recognize this at all. I don't know why I'm thinking about somebody that I used to know. I don't think it, there's no world where I think it is, but I'm guessing it anyways, just to have something. What the? Is it somebody that I used to know? Damn, I knew it wasn't going to be. Oh, stream is dropping. They want me to stop. It's very possible I've never heard this song. It's very possible I've never heard the song. Also, sorry, the stream is cutting out. With 2.1 billion views, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I also, stream is dying. Sorry about stream dying. We'll end stream as soon as I am done with this. This is the Wii Shop theme. Wii Shop. Cell phone? Oh, it is cell phone, isn't it? Oh, apparently they don't have that. Is it cell space phone? No, apparently they don't. Oh, it's called Hotline Bling. That's what it's called. That's why I didn't recognize it, because I fucking hate this song. I fucking hate Drake, and I hate this song. So that's why. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's why. That's why. Very funny of me to be like, this reminds me of Wii Shop. Well, because I don't really trust stream to not phase. Oh, it's leaving again. Let's see who's online that we can go and raid. Toot toot beep beep. Oh, I know who I want to raid. I would like to raid Goofy. Not used to seeing Goofy streaming on a weekday. We'll raid Honk. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me here today. Sorry that stream is all over the place and glitching out. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I will be back on Saturday working on some, well, actually no, I hopefully should be playing some Star Trek with Pat. So if you want to actually see me play some games for once, come and check that out. Please take care of yourselves in the meantime. Stay hydrated. Oh, there's a me eating glue. Eat lots of glue. Eat lots of glue. Maybe get someone to cut your hair. Just giving you the weirdest advice. But please take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Eat lots of good food. Take your meds. Take care of your loved ones. Kiss the homies goodnight. And most importantly, stay sexy out there. Our raid message as always. Apple Parade. See y'all around. Stay sexy out there. You better. Goodbye. Goodbye.